Hi, result season is in full swing. Almost all IT majors has posted their Q2 FY26 means September 25 result. There was lots of uncertainties, lots of queries, lots of volatility in the IT market considering US tariff, lots of uh, untoward uh, incidences, or let's say untoward happenings were in the pipeline. Everyone was scared how it would go for the macros, for the IT macros. US tariff, that H1B visa norm, then outsourcing tax, lots of things were in the pipeline. And Indian IT companies were tumbling up to a certain extent for specific companies. Like TCS had lots of uncertainty. TCS failed up to a certain extent, and at the valuation, at the attractive valuation level, the only query was roaming in the mind of the investors, that was how macro would pan out for them. So at this backdrop, looking into the IT company's result and the outlook in the version of the management, of what management's take after this result for the coming quarter or coming few quarters, that is very important. And that's why what I did, that I have covered almost all IT companies. As you know, I do it, but this time I have specifically compared the performance, because see, there are two things to understand how IT companies, or let's say the IT market would pan out. For that, two things are required. One is the past performance, or let's say the trend of the past performance. So from the past performance, we will get to understand whether there are whether things are improving, deteriorating. We can compare their performance in terms of year-on-year numbers, in terms of quarter-on-quarter numbers. Numbers means I'm not referring the full-scale result. I'm referring certain metrics. I'm referring constant currency growth. I'm referring constant currency year-on-year growth, constant currency quarter-on-quarter growth, vertical specific constant currency performance. Those are very, very crucial. How these how these growth rates are shaping up, or let's say gradually improving or deteriorating for different companies, different IT majors, that is very crucial to understand. And another one thing, with this, we need to understand, we need to listen to the people who are core in the market. Those are the management of those IT majors. What are their takes? What are the views for them? How they are looking into the market? So it's not specific to one particular company. Uh, we have to, for understanding the macros, we need to listen to all of them. So that I did, and that is something I'm going to share in this particular video. So for that, I will take you into my screen, but before that, I have a disclaimer that I do not have any buy, sell, hold recommendation in any of the stock mentioned in this particular video. Or I'm going to mention whatever the stocks I'm going to mention in this particular video is neither a buy, sell, hold recommendation. If you have any trading or investment interest in the company, check with your registered advisor or take your own call. So let's go to my screen and let me share a comparative study of IT companies in this, through my screen.
Okay, welcome to my screen, and let me show you uh, the performance of IT companies, which will show how things are changing, improving, or deteriorating, whatever. Uh, Going for things are shaping up for IT companies, how the macro looks like. Uh, I have mostly covered up five companies: Take Mahindra, Wipro, Infosys, LTI Mindtree, and TCS. So all these players are market leaders in these industry, in the IT industry, and the entire and their performance up to a certain extent will show how things are gradually improving or deteriorating, showing a like giving us a sense how the macro looks like. And afterwards, in the next part, I will discuss the key takeaway from the management, key takeaway from each of the management regarding the outlook, how things are likely to be shaped up uh, in the view of the management. So, keeping all together, the performance, current performance, the gradual trend of the performance, and the outlook together will give us a sense how IT industry is shaping up for all the players, how the macro for IT industry is shaping up. So, okay, let's come back to the screen and have a quick look into the growth performance. Firstly, I will discuss the year-on-year growth. Year-on-year growth of IT companies on constant currency basis in this quarter, in the September 25 quarter, that is Q2 FY26. So, uh, the first company is Tech Mahindra. Tech Mahindra grew 1.6% in this particular quarter, but if you see the trend, there was from March 25, its year-on-year growth was squeezed, and in June 25, it was negative. Now, this quarter, they posted 1.6% constant currency growth on year-on-year basis. So, slight improvement. There was 2 quarters of dip because this tariff drama is happening since March. There was anticipation June implemented, and now September, when the full reflection of 1 quarter has started coming in, how this industry looks like, how the performance, how it impacted the performance. This is the picture. Actually, there was no, as such, there was no impact compared to last 3 quarters. But if we see a longer term trend, then it may be a little squeezed. But obviously, in terms of recent uncertainty, there is some improvement in the September quarter. This is the scenario of Tech Mahindra. Wipro, the same story. Last quarter, there was 2.3% down year-on-year basis, means I'm referring the growth, and this quarter 2.6% up. Infosys, ठीक है, Infosys has gradually narrowed down its profit, its revenue growth, top line growth. This is constant currency basis. So you can see 6% in December quarter, March 25, 4.8%, June 25, 3.8%, now 2.9%. Still, it is maintained up to up to certain extent, but squeezed little bit. LTI Mindtree this quarter posted 4.4% growth year-on-year basis, fabulous growth. And TCS had lots of concern these days. Last quarter, it posted negative 3.1%, worst quarter in many, like in a significant period of time. And in this quarter, they have rebound, posted 2.4% constant currency growth. Now, constant currency growth year-on-year basis. With that, if we look into the quarter-on-quarter performance, quarter-on-quarter growth, then it will give us some better sense. Now, like how quarter-on-quarter changes are happening, or let's say some improvements or deterioration is happening. So, and once again, like probably I believe that you all of you know this, that constant currency, why we are referring constant currency, why we are capturing constant currency rather normal growth rate, because of the currency pair. Because this revenue has been earned in other currencies, mostly in US dollar, part in euro, GBP, and in Indian rupee is continuously depreciating. And that is why this constant currency growth will eliminate the impact of currency, will show us the real picture of the market. So let's come back to quarter-on-quarter performance, constant currency growth. For Tech Mahindra, it is negative, but just have a look in 3 consecutive quarters. It was negative 1.5%, negative 1.4%, and now minus 0.3%. So gradual improvement is visible here for Tech Mahindra. On quarter, they have gradually improved, although it is negative. Wipro, Wipro posted 0.3% growth. Last quarter, it was negative 2%. This is again quarter on quarter scenario. For Infosys, quarter on quarter, March quarter was like I would say, little, choppy. It's 3.5% negative, and the last quarter it was 2.6% positive. This quarter also 2.2% positive. LTI Mindtree this quarter posted 2.4% positive, and TCS growth is 0.8% quarter on quarter basis. So some sort of growth are visible or some improvement in terms of their constant currency quarter on quarter growth is visible for all of the companies. So the macro with this, if we try to interpret only with this set of numbers, I would say then there is some improvement, maybe improvement in terms of sentiment, improvement in terms of performance, and gradually when we will look into the management commentary, then also we will see some commentary like that which shows some gradual improvement or some coming back confidence and all those stuff. So let's come back to the vertical wise performance. If we see vertical wise performance, then this is very important because this vertical together, the performance of the vertical together comprise like makes the final number of final top line number. So take Mahindra, the communication was negative 2.2%, and please note that Tech Mahindra has the largest contribution of the like communication is the largest contributor to Tech Mahindra. So 2.2% negative growth year on year basis for Tech Mahindra in the communication sector. Manufacturing had a brilliant performance, 5.2% growth. High tech was negative, minus 8.8%. Banking and financial services, this is 6.2% growth. This is a very good news for many companies like TCS, Infosys, Wipro, all of them. For all of them, this is the largest sector BFSI, largest vertical or largest sub segment. So for Tech Mahindra, a couple of quarters back, Tech Mahindra said that they are going to improve their, or let's say they are going to increase their revenue share from of this BFSI segment. So from that aspect, the 6.2% growth is very significant. And next one is healthcare. Healthcare is down 1.2% year on year basis. And last quarter it was negative 5.2%, and that is because of this Trump's regulation, which stopped like paying off certain insurance payment in insurance payoff and certain allocation to the medical sector that impacted the healthcare segment in the last quarter, and it continued this quarter, although things have improved up to a certain extent. Then this retail was very good performer for Tech Mahindra, 7% growth. For Wipro, BFSI was negative this quarter, negative 4%. Consumer, it was negative 7.4%. Next one is energy, manufacturing, and resources, negative 0.5%. Technology and communication, negative 1.7%. So communication was negative for Wipro, Tech Mahindra both, correct? Healthcare was 3.9% positive for here. For Tech Mahindra, it was 1.2% negative. Infosys, that BFSI segment, had 5.4% constant currency growth year on year basis. Retail, negative 2.3%. For Tech Mahindra, it was 7.2% growth, although transport and logistics is the biggest contributor there. Uh, for Infosys, retail was negative 2.3%. Communication was 4.7% plus for Infosys. Please note, Tech Mahindra had negative and Wipro also had. negative, slightly negative growth, means degrowth in the communication vertical when Infosys posted 4.7% growth. In fact, last quarter also there was 4% growth. Last to last quarter, it was flat, absolutely flat. Uh, Energy utilities also posted 2.1% growth, manufacturing 6.6% growth, high tech's 8.6% growth. But here, high tech was like weak performer. High tech and media 8.8% degrowth in tech money is noted. Life sciences 10.5% degrowth. I did mention due like lots of like some of the schemes was stopped, or let's say feeding some of the schemes was held by Trump government, and that impacted the life sciences segment, visible in Infosys, visible in uh, Tech Mahindra. So it was from last quarter, June quarter, Infosys life sciences vertical for Infosys posted almost 8% degrowth, and Tech Mahindra posted minus 5% degrowth. So as I referred, it started last quarter and continued this quarter. For Infosys, even it is worse. This particular vertical's performance is even worse this quarter. Okay, so let's go to TCS. For TCS, BFSI segment was has grew. BFSI segment grew 1% year-on-year basis. It's like mere 1%, I would say. Last quarter also it was 1%. So somewhere it is settling down towards the lower end. Manufacturing Manufacturing had 1% degrowth this quarter. Previous two quarters were also negative. Retail was 2.9% degrowth for TCS. So note that TCS and Tech Mahindra both, for both of them, retail, no, sorry, not Tech Mahindra, for Infosys, uh, this retail was not a very good performer. So this is retail. Then communication vertical was strongly negative, 5% down year-on-year basis. So communication is negative for everyone, barring Infosys. Infosys exceptionally posted 4.7% growth. But apart from that, Tech Mahindra 2.2% degrowth. Uh, uh, this Wipro 1.7% degrowth. Infi posted only 4.7% growth, but here also for TCS communication vertical was negative 5.1%. Life sciences vertical, as usual, negative 2.2% negative for TCS. Technology and services was positive 2.8% and 0.2% for flattish, means I would say energy resource utilities vertical was flattish 0.2%. For in Infi, it was 2.1% energy vertical positive. For Wipro, it is minus 0.5%, and uh, yes, so that's it. That's it. In this particular vertical wise. Now we will go and we'll check geography wise. Now, geography wise performance, we know that US is very important contributor. So here for Tech Mahindra, America's it posted 2.7% degrowth. Uh, Infosys North America 2% growth. TCS North America is negative 0.1%, and we can say it's almost flat. I didn't mention about Wipro because Wipro says America's one and America's two. So what is America's one and America's two? That is very important to understand. Basically, America's one means I would say this is uh, just a moment. It's a Okay, for Wipro's Americas, one is basically the Latin America, the entire Latin America. It's a mix of, I would say, it's a mix of geography and verticals. So the way Wipro gives this geography-wise performance, it's a mixed bag of geography and vertical. So Americas one is Latin America, United and few verticals of United States. That is very important. Few verticals of United States. Now let me show you in the vertical wise performance which vertical they are referring to. Let me show you. For Wipro, this Americas one is basically uh, uh, the communication vertical in the US. Communication, which is said, yes, this communication vertical of the US, uh, then media and information services also comes here, and uh, some consumer goods also this section. Okay, this comes into America's one. Okay, so this consumer vertical also comes in the America's one, and this health also comes in America's one. So I can write here. This is America one. This is also this technology and communication also America's one, and consumer also America's. Okay, so these three segment comes under America's one and Latin America. So all together that is America one. And America 2 includes, let me come back to the geography part. So Americas 2 is basically the entire business of Canada, that is the geography. And again, let me come back to the vertical. So the vertical means the BFSI segment, BFSI segment of the US. Please note, BFSI segment of the US and uh, this energy, manufacturing and resources verticals of the US. So that comprises of Americas. So let me once again mention here, America one is Inter Latin America, and these three verticals of United States, that is consumer, then energy, consumer, technology and communication, and health. These three verticals of the United States is America's one, and America's two is full Canada plus BFSI of US and energy manufacturing resources of US. So these two are America's two, correct? Sorry, these two are basically America one and two. Yes. So for ease of understanding, I have written in this way. Okay, next move to the uh, guidance. What the management said, whatever the guidance was there. First of all, TCS does not give guidance, right? Wipro gives sequential guidance, and Wipro said negative for the next quarter, for the December quarter. They said negative top line growth in constant currency terms will be between negative 0.5% to positive 1.5%. Very narrow range, negative 0.5% to positive 1.5%. So this 2% span of revenue performance over this quarter. So, which varies between negative 0.5 to positive 1.5%. And Infosys revenue growth full year, this is Infosys always gives exit year guidance. This is the FY26 guidance in that case. So last quarter they said 1 to 3%. This quarter they have uplifted the lower boundary, let's say the bottom from 1% to 2%. Now they are saying 2 to 3% growth, and all these are for exit FY26. So this much I have explained in this vertical wise, geography wise performance, like which gives some sense how things have gradually improved, how the macro has performed up to a certain extent so far, and current current performance of the macros will give some sense for the future performance as well. And in the next part, what I will do, I will show you the commentary of the management, their outlook for upcoming few period. What was the impact of the tariff for each of them? So that we will try to explore in the next part, and that all together with the current performance, whatever I have shown you, gradual performance, vertical wise performance, gradual improvement, all together with that management's outlook, we will be able to build some view about the future of the IT industry.
If you find this video informative, then don't forget to like the video, and for getting this type of analytical videos for different sectors, please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you.